What's going on? What's going on? It's yours truly, the one and only Coach Cloud. I got a nice Christmas gift. One of my cousins gave me a nice gift. Shout out to my cousin Dot for the Coach Cloud hat. More merch coming soon. Cloud Hoops merchandise, Cloud Nine Talk. We coming big in 2026. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to new success, new endeavors, new money, new everything, man. Like I said, I know a lot of people like to be like New Year, new me. Hey, it's definitely gonna be a new year. I don't know about a new me, same cloud, but different work ethic. It's gonna be better than last year's. So this year we gonna start with the top 10 movies of 2025. We want to do a showcase on all the artists, not just in sports and music, but just all over the place though. So I'm a big movie buff. Grew up watching movies. Love watching whole family. Love watching movies as well. So this episode definitely gonna be if you love movies, especially the movies that came out this past year, it's gonna be a good episode. One of my favorite movies of all time is The Dark Knight Rises. And what I like about it is like just the character development. Obviously, Batman is one of my favorite heroes, but that film kind of shaped me for a long time. Like that film came out almost 15 years ago, and now that film still shapes me to this day. Though I just like the way Bane's monologues, how good and evil collide, but good and evil also has similarities as well. Just like in the previous movie, The Dark Knight with the Joker. Just every movie just has different angles that can inspire you to take your game to the next level. That can be from music and movies, but movies, documentaries, they definitely help shape my thought process as a coach, consultant. They just give you inspirations, and that's why I feel like people should definitely go to the movies, not just stream it. Get that full experience as far as just checking out different film to just see what you like as far as outside of your comfort zone. Movies can make you think, it can make you laugh, cry, frustrated. Movies can do a little bit of everything, and that's what I love about movies. It just shows you a different world that you probably thought you liked, or maybe you thought you didn't like. So we're gonna get into a lot of different movies that shape the 2020-25. Gonna do TV shows, maybe do albums. We just gonna do more content like this as far as top movies. Just give a spotlight to the pop culture. Some of these movies may win an Academy later this month. Those Emmys, Golden Globes. I think this list is pretty solid as far as what I thought that was the top 10 movies of top 2020. I mean of 2020 25. We're gonna do a 2026 as well mid season. We're gonna might do a little bit of rewatchables as well too though. But definitely learn from this pod. Take notes. There's gonna be some high level analysts on these movies. A lot of movies, there's a lot of sequels gonna be made. 2026 is gonna be a great year of movies as far as with you got Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, that's coming out. That's supposed to be the sequel to Endgame. Wasn't the biggest fan of Endgame, but hopefully Doomsday, the Secret Wars come out the year in 2027. So that's gonna be a good movie, man. You got Doom Part 3. That's gonna be a good one, but you got Street Fighters, Mortal Kombat. A lot of good movies. Princess Diaries 3. That's gonna be good. A lot of people love that movie. So 2026 gonna be a good movies, but 2025 it was a hell of a year, hell of a ride. And man, let's get into some honorable mentions. Mission Impossible, the last Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning with Tom Cruise, playing his last as role as Ethan, and I think it was a great movie. Could have been top 10. It was a bit long, but I feel like the stunt scenes from just being in the submarine, almost dying, like he almost died like 5 times in the movie, and Tom Cruise, man, he's a GOAT, man. I think he sets the standard as far as, being a movie star and aging and having that longevity as a movie star as well. He has so much range from comedy, drama, and, he's continued to do his thing in action. And I think he's he might be on the Mount Rushmore of Hollywood when it comes to just movies, making movies in general. Him and Mark Wahlberg, man, they some of the hardest working men in the business, man. And I like that. And I learn, inspire them as far as, even though I'm not a director or actor, I still like the way they work. And that just shows, they just keep chumping up movies. I think his last best performance was Top Gun Maverick. That was just a great Tom Cruise movie. And definitely check it out if you haven't seen. Might even shed a tear. That's Val Kilmer's last movie as well. So definitely check that out. But Mission Impossible, I think the last one was probably one of my favorite ones. The part one. Part one was amazing. Part two was good, just a bit almost, man, my movie about 3 hours long, but it was a great movie though. Didn't get bored at all. So, shout out to Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible, closing the end to that fantastic franchise that's been going on the past 30 years. Came out in 96. I was born in 95. So this been going on for the last almost 29, 30 years. So, man, shout out to Tom Cruise, Lilo and Stitch. That was a movie that came out 20 years ago, animated. Now it came out live action. And, it did numbers at the box office. Got to give numbers. Numbers is numbers. Hit over $1 billion in the box office. It's probably going to be at number 2. So, Disney's, they're doing their thing as far as, just chumping out the best movies that, they can do as far as if that's just doing Lion King, Toy Story. It's going to be a Toy Story 6. Got to add that to the 2026 list. Got to take my daughter to go see that. So, it's going to be a lot of movies, that we grew up as a kid that's coming to live action. They may even do Zootopia. Zootopia 2, that's going to be another honorable mentions. I hadn't seen it yet, but, it did numbers at the box office. Got to give numbers to show love to the numbers because, hey, that's what keep people in studios making these movies. When a lot of people go up to, box office, have plenty of box office success. And, you got to give it flowers to them, man. Weapons, man. It was a horror movie. Had Julia Gardner playing in it, and I think she did a wonderful job. And the kids that played in the movie, they killed it, man. Had you off your feet, man. Weapons. They were saying that was the movie of the year. It put them on honorable mentions though, man. Like I said, it was good, but these 10, I don't think it was better than these 10 I got coming up though. So Weapons was a great movie. 28 Days Later also was a good movie, man. It's been, that series been going on for a long time, for almost the past 25 years. So 28 Days Later, starring Ralph Fiennes, man, that was a thriller in itself. Predator's Borderland, another honorable mention. That was a great movie too, man. I think that was one of the best Predator movies that came out in the past 10 years, maybe probably since Alien vs. Predator. So, Borderlands is good. Shout out to Mark Wahlberg with Family Plan 1 and 2, man. I'm telling you, man, Mark Wahlberg dropped about 5 movies, man. Flight Risk, I've seen about 5 Mark Wahlberg movies. And, like I said, man, he's been grinding, man. Yeah, a movie with Lakeith Stanfield, too. And Family Plan 1 and 2 was both great. I think 2 had a little bit more action in it. It was in overseas. And I think, they just switched the scenery out. And, man, it was a great movie, though. So shout out to Mark Wahlberg, man. I'm going to do a little TV shows, too, as well, man, for the honorable mention before we get to the top 10 movies. Tulsa King was a great season 3 with Samuel Jackson and, Stallone. He going to be Stallone, man. So shout out to Tulsa King, Mobland with Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan, and Helen Mirren. I think that was that's probably one of my favorite shows of 2025, man. Just a great cast of film, soundtrack as well. Fallout season 2 just came out. Great adventure. Walter Goggins, man, he's one of the MVPs in the last couple of years, man. He's just been grinding with the Righteous Gemstones. I seen him at Vice Principals, man. He does movies, he does it all, man. Like Walter Goggins, man, he's 101, man. Him and Pedro Pascal, they're killing it, man. Also, man, let me throw out the Fantastic Four, man. Wasn't a big fan of. That's why I said my honorable mentions, man. I think they, a bit overhyped it. Wish it was more action, but the end when they showed their son Lord Richards with Dr. Doom, that's gonna be interesting though to see how that turns out in Doomsday. So some of these Marvel movies that kind of started out so Thunderbolt, and put that in the honorable mentions. They said that was one of the best superhero movies of all time. It was alright. It was cool. I feel like they kind of overhyping these Marvel movies, man, they trying to push it, but hey, DC making a comeback, man. I'm gonna say this though. Shout out to Peacemaker season 2, man. That was a good TV show as well, though. So those was some of my honorable mentions and some of my favorite TV shows as far as. But now let's get to that top 10 movies. Da-da-da-da. Number 10. I know. It's a bit low. But I gave Sinners a 7 out of 10. I wasn't the biggest fan of Sinners. I feel like, I ain't gonna say I was the biggest fan. It was a great movie, great acting. Delroy Linroy, he should win the best supporting actor in the Academy. I feel like the lady that played his wife that ended up dying, I think she should win the Academy as well. So like Haley Stanfield, Michael B. Jordan playing two twins, Ryan Coogler, they did a hell of a job. Great music. The guy Miles, great performance and singing. The only thing about with Sinners is it was kind of all over the place. Like, what is it? A musical? Is it a horror film? Is it a period piece? It was all just jumbled up in one, and that had me kind of confused. If they could have left out the vampires, man, it probably would have been 10 out of 10 for me. But like I said, great movie. I gave it 7 out of 10, but I'm gonna give it 7.8 out of 10 because, like I said, it still was a great. Just as far as how they set the tone, the standard, as far as just movie making, man. Like I said, it was an original film set in Louisiana, had the old jukebox, and I feel like it could give you another sequel if you watch the end of it when Stack comes to visit Buddy as an older man, but he still has an age a bit. Him and Haley Steinfeld's character. So like I said, shout out to Josh Allen. Josh Allen's wife. Like I said, man, it definitely was a good film. Looking forward to seeing more Ryan Coogler films down the road. That's non-superhero and non-sports. So man, like this was a good movie, man. So this is why I said number 10. A lot of people may be having it number 1, top 5, but like I said, on my list it's number 10 though, because like I said, it's kind of been all over the place. I may have to rewatch it again, but it is what it is, man. So Sinners at number 10 though. At number 9, Ballerina. I know you're like, how you put Ballerina over Sinners? But let me tell you, what I seen at Ballerina, I seen it on Father's Day. Man, that movie was a hell of an experience. Just wasn't bored from action from the jump, man. Like I said, man, great movie. Anna de Armas, she killed it. Like, had Keanu Reeves, John Wick in there. I'm a big John Wick fan, so that's why I said my top 10. I feel like it should have got more better in the box office than it deserves. So, like I said, this movie, man, it took action movies to a whole nother level. If you've seen John Wick, love that style. This topped it though, man. Just from the grenade scene, from the whole town trying to kill her. This was just like a one versus a whole town. Like man, this movie was amazing though. Just the different setups, just different plot twists. Like Ballerina was a must go see, like in my opinion, man. This movie right here set the tone for just female spy movies. Like if you like Black Widow, go see Ballerina. Like I said, Anna de Armas, she killed it, man. I think she's on a legendary run. She's been in Eyes Out, man. She's just been killing it. So shout out to Ballerina, man. John Wick, I can't wait to see more of the series, man. It was more of a prequel, so I can't wait to see Ballerina 2 and 3. So like I said, I'm very excited to see what the future is. I seen the Continental as well. That was a great show as well too. So like the John Wick world is starting to shape up, man. Like it was, man, magnificent. I'll say that. Number 9, number 8, The Long Walk. The Long Walk, man. I just seen it recently, man. Great movie by Stephen King. One of Stephen King's first books he ever made that finally got adapted to film. So this is more. This movie kind of gave me more of a Hunger Games type of vibe, like Squid Games. You get these guys, these teenage boys get selected to these young men get selected to win a prize, but they got to walk across the nation over 300 miles or something like that to win the prize, and the last man standing wins the money. So like I said, it has a lot of plot twists, good young cast. It keeps you on your head and toes though. Like I said, a lot of things you see as far as it's like The Purge. It's a lot of mixture in one though, as far as just a survival movie though. So check this out. They have to have a tank. These group of guys have to have a tank follow them. They get 3 warnings. So if they get called on the 3rd warning, they die, they get shot. They got to continue on. So you just got to keep walking. Hell, you might get shot for using the bathroom too long. So it's just everything is quick, fast paced, and a lot of people, it keeps you on your head, man. It keeps you on your head and toes like, man, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And the black guy at the end, he ended up, staying alive, which is pretty good. A lot of people, get die. A lot of movies like that. So it was a good movie, from that standpoint, from a cultural standpoint. But we ain't gonna get here to get breaks and base and all that. But like The Long Walk, man, definitely check it out. Hidden gem movie, man. It wasn't really a big budget, straight to the point, man. And like I said, it gives you Hunger Games, Squid Games, The Purge type of vibes, man. You never know, it could happen in real life watching these type of movies. So shout out to The Long Walk, big Stephen King fan. Also, Welcome to Derry, you got to check that out too as well, man. Great television show, man. A lot of great TV coming out, man. Stephen King, man, he is the GOAT as far as just making movies. I seen The Mist the other day. I heard that it and Pennywise, The Mist, Castle Rock, they all from the same dimension. So I'm very excited to see what Mr. King, the GOAT, has as far as it. But shout out to The Long Walk, great movie, man. Definitely could happen in real life. At number 7, dun, 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 Superman. Superman, yeah. James Gunn, he got DC back, man. I feel like Superman, that was the film of the summer, man, for me, man. I loved it. I enjoyed it a lot. I like the new Superman. It's very set in this 2025, 2026 era, how he had to do with social media and stuff like that. So, great movie, great action. Love Mr. Terrific. Love Lex Luger in it. Love the knockout Superman. That he was Luger was controlling a fake Superman to beat the real Superman. So that was a good storylines. Right, I'm excited to see Supergirl, Green Lantern, and all that. Like I said, DC, watch out, Marvel. Y'all come up with Doomsday, but DC, they coming up with a new world. And I feel like James Gunn, he's going to take what he learned from Marvel, from Guardians, and other projects he learned at Marvel, and put it to DC, but better it. So man, shout out to DC. Superman, he did his thing though, man. I'm a big Man of Steel fan. I feel like that's still the best Superman movie that I've seen, was from Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill. But this James Gunn Superman, I feel like this is more comic book. Lois Lane was great. She, it was, like I said, it was just a good, good stepping stone as far as going to the DC world for 2026 and beyond. So man, shout out to James Gunn and Superman, and it's gonna be a good year for DC. I feel like like just from the TV shows, you got Peacemaker, he's gonna be back. John Cena, he's killing it. So I feel like they're recruiting the right people as far as just showing them how it's to be done, man. So man, shout out to like I said, the DC universe for reviving itself, how to reboot. Sometimes you got to reboot in business to make sure you get it right again. So shout out to Superman. At number 6, F1, the highest box office grossing movie of all time. F1, I love this movie with Brad Pitt, one of my favorite actors of all time, and a rising superstar, Franklin Saint, Damon Idris. Man, I'm telling you, man, they killed it, man. He got Javier Bardem, man. It was a great movie, man. I thought it was going to be a little bit more serious, but it was more heartfelt. So, like I said, the movie was a great soundtrack from the GOAT, Hans Zimmer. This movie right here with Brad Pitt, this is Brad Pitt being Brad Pitt, man. His name was Sonny, old school, race car driver. Friend has a high, F1 is, I'm gonna tell you about F1 got some money in it. They be having the stars, they be having the Beyonce, the Jay-Z's, the Tom Brady's, Jennifer Lopez's, and Mariah Carey. We belong together. They be all at them F1 events around the world. They be in Dubai, Italy, Greece, LA, Chicago, Las Vegas got a track. So like I said, man, F1 is a growing sport, man. Watch out, NASCAR. So shout out to F1, man. But yeah, this movie was, it was a great movie though. It was a bit long, but like it keeps you on your feet. If you love a long journey, redemption story, this is the movie for you to go see, man. So shout out to Brad Pitt, F1, Apple Studios. I got y'all head on that one, man. I feel like this is going to open up a lot of doors for the race car community and just showing more. Shout out to Lewis Hamilton, he was in the movie too as well, man. One of the ghosts of F1 in the sport. I think they got it done, man. I'm excited to see what the F1 series has more to offer, and I'm more excited, for Damon Idris, man. Like I said, now he's a movie star. He had a hit TV show. Now he was one of the biggest movies of the year and sports movie of all time. So I'm expecting big things. Brad Pitt gonna be Brad Pitt at the end of the day, but definitely excited to see that. Shout out to F1. At number 5, a lot of people probably even have never heard of this movie. Check it out on Netflix. Havoc. Oh man, Tom Hardy, man, that's one of my favorite actors of all time. I told you in my monologue earlier that when I seen him play Bane, changed my life forever. Watching him play that role. So, man, watching him in Mob One, man, Tom Hardy, man, he's the man, man. You got Gary Oldman in this, man. Got a cop, trying to break down corruption in the police and in the city, man. Great action packed. Like I said, if you liked it, John Wick, this gets a little bit more John Wick, but more explosion, more grittier and darker, less kind of predictable. There's a lot of things going on, man. A lot of moving parts. Havoc, man. If you haven't seen it out, check it out, man. Top 5 movie of 2025, man. Shout out to my boy K Peasy. He told me about this movie. It was a hidden gem. And like I said, he's a big Tom Hardy guy as well, man. Like I said, that movie was amazing. Had you off your feet. Just didn't know what was going to happen, man. Just a lot of moving, like train scene. Just, man, should have died. It was like, that was what Mission Impossible should have been like, what Havoc is, man. So, man, hopefully they have a Havoc 2, 3, 4, man. That's how good that movie was. So shout out to Havoc. Shout out to Tom Hardy, man. Shout out to Netflix, man. Keep making great movies. At number 4, Marty Supreme. Now, Marty Supreme with Timothy Chalamet, he's been having a great year. And he's been one of the hardest working men in the show business. So shout out to him. Fast-paced movie based on a true story. If you want to watch ping pong at a high level, watch this movie. Fast-paced, good love story, love triangle. And you got my boy Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful in there, his acting debut. So Timothy, man, put me in a movie one day, man. Come on, man, mess with me, man. Scooter Sealsbury, man. Coach Cloud, I can act too. I can break down, act. Hey, Timothy, call me, man. Call my people. I'll call your people. Call me. Whatever you need to DM, whatever. Shout out to Marty Supreme, though, man. I like his press work, man. He just grinded, man. He's a young superstar. We about the same age. He's a New York guy. I used to go to Florida, man. So we got the same roots, man. As far as in that, man. So shout out to the East Coast. Shout out to Timothy Chalamet. He was on Drewski's show. And man, like I said, man, this movie was fast paced, man. And my dad texted me saying this is the best movie of the year. But I'm gonna put it at 4 though. So shout out to Pops and my little sis for seeing the movie without me, but I seen it myself though. So this is my top 5. Marty Supreme. At number 3, Avatar: Fire and Ash. Now this movie was a masterpiece by James Cameron, man. You seen The Way of Water, you seen the first Avatar, they kind of spread it out years apart. I'm glad he kind of making them closer now instead of 15 years apart. That was crazy. But, Fire and Ash, man, was a whole cinematic experience as far as just how he creates this whole world of just Pandora, and it just sets different stones, like different tones. First they started in the jungle, then in the water, now they on land with the fire, though. So, it's just great. It just shows the way of life, and people probably still live like this in them remote Amazon countries, though. So it just shows you about how we connect as a world, how the government tries to destroy and corrupt everything and try to manipulate everything. So, but Avatar: Fire and Ash was just a masterpiece, man. Looking forward to seeing what's going on next. So, one thing I will say, James Cameron, I don't know what you did as far as, just creating these worlds and all that. Man, keep doing it, man. Hey, keep doing your thing. If they want to make 1,000 Harry Potters and 100 Fast and Furious and 100 Marvel movies, why can't you make your own original film? So, man, shout out to you, man. Keep doing your thing. It's hard to see the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them was, So, yeah, keep doing your thing, James Cameron, man. At number 2, it's not actually a movie, but it's the end of an era, and I'm going to put it at number 2. Stranger Things finale, man. I know they're playing at the movies now, man. Great. I think it was a great show that ended. The 5 through 6, 7, kind of ended a little iffy. But the finale, man, that finale was well deserved, man. How Beckman went off, how they tried to give him a little character redemption, but he didn't want to go too dark. Kind of give you Dark Vader vibes. 11, she did what she had to do, to sacrifice. I think she's still alive personally, though. If you haven't seen it, man, go watch it, man. Spoiler alert. So, Stranger Things finale, I feel like Will, he did what he had to do as far as to come out and show what he had to so he could face Vecna, and he stole the show, man. He saved the group in Hawkins, though, man. So shout out to Will. Mike, man, he matured as a leader. He lost somebody, but he had to redeem himself as far as in that, though. So, man, Lucas and Max, love the love story how they ended. Dustin, Eddie Jr., Eddie Munson Jr., Steve, Jonathan, everything. The show just it ended the way it should have. No one died significantly. Horror and Joyce, they getting married. So like I said, man, great movie, big Stranger fan thing. I'm gonna tell you a funny story about Stranger Things. I seen them on accident 10 years ago. I seen the show I used to watch. I was watching Narcos. Shout out to Narcos, one of the greatest shows of all time. I seen Stranger Things pop up. I'm like, what is this? The more I watched it, just kept watching, binge watching, just more than watching. And now look where we at. They're playing out the movie theater. And now it's at number 2 on the Cloud 9 top 10 movies, the top 25, man. So, shout out to Stranger Things, Duffy Brothers, keep doing your thing. Now at number 1. We got my boy Leo DiCaprio. The Paul Thomas Anderson movie. This movie is number 1 on everybody's list. And I've seen it. And I'll tell you, this movie right here, one battle after another. Movie of the year, starring Leo DiCaprio, Infinity Chase, whatever the girl's name is, Regina Hall, Tiana Taylor, Wood Harris, Sean Penn. Man, this movie was phenomenal. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. It is the best movie of the year. And I'll say that. You do not get bored from the start to finish. Like, this is one of the most interesting movies I've seen. It has a lot to do with immigration, interracial love, government, terrorist attacks, turning on people. It's just a great movie, man. The movie was all over the place, but it all made sense towards the end, though. You're just like, this goes on in the real world. I think it was maybe been based on a true story. You never know all the shit that was going on in that movie, though. But like I said, man, it was just like a movie that just showed you about just independence, being strong, and fighting for what you believe in. I feel like Tiana Taylor, she probably should win an Academy for this movie, though, because like she stole the show, man. Like I said, she's evolved ever since she divorced with Mom Shumpert. I'm telling you, man, she done went to a whole nother height. Shout out to my boy Iman. He doing his own thing too, though, man. He grinded in sports media and acting. But Tiana Taylor, she's on an iconic, run right now, though, just as far as from being an artist, whatever she wants to do. And hey, man, shout out to you, girl. And Leo gonna be Leo, man. I feel like he has some of the best range actor has ever shown, and he shows a lot of emotion, different bags and tools in his duffel, man. And if you, like I said, you definitely got to watch this movie. This movie right here, Benny Del Toro, man, just the silent, man, his facial expressions, like the chemistry between those two on the film. If you haven't seen Sicario, check that out, man. He's the Ponzi scheme. Like I tell you, man, this movie right here, man, is a great movie. It's gonna see some people you haven't seen in years. Like it's a great movie, man. So one battle after another, check that out. And that's my number 1 movie of the year. So if you like this, man, like, share, subscribe. We coming more, man. We're gonna do more movie lists, more movie reviews, or music reviews as well. So I like what this is doing. 2026 is gonna be a big year for Cloud 9 Talk, Cloud Hoops, consulting, a lot of things, man. We got a lot of things coming though. So man, definitely check it out. Like, share, subscribe, and we be coming back, man. We coming bigger, man. 2026, man. So hey, like, share, subscribe. Like I said it again.